It's the day of love. Ironically, actually, it's a day to celebrate the death of a person. But hey, retail, Valentine's Day today. And we do know how much you all love conversations about love. So here we are, answering your burning, passionate, hormone-filled questions about ding, ding. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Oh, looks like we be hit by the wave again.
Oh my goodness. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Yeah, you knew it was going to happen again, man. The Chinese New Year. You started seeing like 4 digits. It's climbing up the ladders.
Are we surprised? Are we surprised?
No, really not.
No.
Everyone's like chillax now.
Matter of time, honestly, at this point.
Oh, matter of time.
You think when it hit 6 digits though?
Oh,
That'd be
why
mad,
not?
right?
Apparently, Japan is like 70K a day, you know.
But their healthcare is really good. So, and they're
also,
boosted up, you know.
The Om-Noms apparently is the least lethal among the variants that's existed.
Oh, fun fact. Did you read the new report that came out of Wuhan for a while? There's this new strain called Neocov, and it's a 1 in 3 mortality rate. And it's incurable, right?
Wait, what?
And then they released a follow-up report that someone released fake news and it's only for bats, so it's not for humans.
Why would you say it then? Someone's gonna stop the podcast there, and then they won't know it's fake news.
Suspense.
That's how this shit works, man.
But hey, do you know what suspense is?
Tell us.
Melissa coming back to the podcast. Hello, everyone. Let's hear that Melissa Campbell audio.
Oh wow, okay, what's going on?
Hi.
Hi Mel, how's it going?
Hola.
Wow,
How's
look at
everybody doing?
that background though.
Oh, look at the interiors right now.
I'm just only from here because I'm hiding the stuff that you can't see. Underneath all of this, you've got like boxes.
It's just like frogs on the floor or something.
Right. If you guys
Like
haven't tuned
amphibians
in,
galore.
if you guys haven't tuned in, wow, the last time Mel was over, she was in another place. And it's just
I feel like the last time we had Mel, it was in the studio.
Yes, she was.
I mean,
the
the last time Mel recorded from home, she was in another place.
Yeah.
But man, it is. Thank you for being the visual snack, Mel. So carrying
I love that. Visual
Ugly
snack.
frogs on this.
How's everyone been? We're back to virtual for now because COVID is not fun. Let's
just
not talk
maybe
about
like
COVID though.
maybe this week or next. I don't know.
What have you guys been up to?
Let's start with Mel.
Yeah.
Me? What have I been up to? Well, actually, I was been super busy between moving house and at the same time preparing for this role for this TV series. So my head has been like, I didn't feel like I got to unwind. But I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy to be busy. But oh my gosh, it was a lot at the end of the year, and then moving, and then getting the house ready, and then all that stuff, and then the show came in, and then preparing for that, and then to finding out that it's been delayed, for unforeseen circumstances. But it probably maybe shoot after Raya, I suddenly feel like, whoa, like I need a process. Like, when your head has just been so like prepared about something, now I'm like, damn, I gotta like recalibrate and then reprocess this. Like, it's weird. It's definitely weird. I think that first 2 days I found out, I was like, no, to eat all the Chinese New Year cookies. And then I just was like,
It's very intense, but yes.
I'm like, I just let it all loose. No. So now I just got to figure out, now I have some rest, which is, I think, a good thing. I don't know.
That's good. Oh, okay. But how are you settling down in a new place? And is it all good?
Definitely a lot of things. I still need my dining table just arrived today, but I still got to go get dining chairs.
Yes.
It's slowly coming along, but I'm okay with not rushing it because I like to pick things that, I don't know, I feel like are intentional, and that way it feels a little bit more curated instead of it and personal to you versus like bam, sometimes you want to rush and get everything done.
Look at you, Mel, giving out some great home advice for everyone who's
Oh my god, really?
in that reno stage of life or moving, right? I was talking to a friend of ours who's moving to a new place. He's so tempted to just buy things to fill up the space, and I think that's a bad mistake. Like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Mistake.
It's bad for your wallet.
These are
And
not
the design
small
of the whole
ticket. Yeah, fortunately, they're not
true.
small ticket items, right? So you don't wanna make a decision, and then you're like, oh, I'm stuck with it.
I actually hate this carpet.
But you know, but you know what we're stuck with? We're stuck with bad choices in life. Speaking about bad choices, that has nothing to do with today. Jeremy, we got an interesting topic, right? Mel, besides Mel's always an interesting topic. We be talking today all about love, relationships, advices, red flags, and more. And hi, sweetie. This is not a red flag. This is Haley. Just okay. Hold on.
Hello,
These are
Haley.
results of many flags that were like, go.
Hi, everybody. We actually put out a small question and answer thing on Instagram and asked everyone. What did you ask, Jeremy? What was the
So
question?
we asked any love advice, requests, or things they want us to answer. We will do it for them.
Ah,
No.
And boy, did they deliver. We asked, right? And like they just
they went for it.
they went for it.
for it.
They're really coming.
We got
Yeah.
some good,
That's
we got some
very
good
fun.
questions today.
Oh my
Jeremy
goodness.
spent the entire night just sifting through.
Yeah, kind of. But there's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
There's a lot of screenshots that Vivian kindly sent me.
Right.
figure out.
Jeremy has done us the amazing favor of splitting it into categories.
Yeah.
Right? So we're going to start off easy, and then we're going to some a bit difficult ones, and then we're going to go into life-changing questions, okay?
Oh yes.
Oh! Okay. And before, let's get this started off while I deposit my little offspring back. Bye! Okay. Bye! All right, let's get the show on the road. You guys ready to talk about some limbs?
Let's hit it.
Let's go. Right. So, first up, these questions are submitted on our Instagram, so please go check it out because we might just be more, we might be doing something like this. Jeremy already said we need to do more. There's too many questions. We can't do this
Yeah,
in one
so
episode.
sorry if we can't take all. We had a lot. Like, I'm not exaggerating, but this time when I say it's a lot, it was a lot.
It's just way too much.
What do you mean?
Scroll.
Responses is just too much to put
Responses.
into one episode. Yeah. So, hey, good night. Good night. I can't see the small word on the cup, so good.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, you
The
have to be
cup.
watching the video to
Good
understand
night.
this. Good night.
Good
night. Yep.
Hai Di Lao.
Let's
No,
go. First.
it's the good morning towel. It's saying like the good morning towel.
So many questions.
Oh. Speaking of questions, let's go for the first one. How? All right, guys. So I guess this
Are
across
we
the
not
board.
gonna ask each other how we're spending Valentine's Day? Like this episode is coming on Valentine's Day,
Yeah,
right?
no one cares at this point because you
Okay, let's. I love the chaos.
you should be staying. You should be spending it at home.
Yeah, it was a trick question, bitch. Let's go.
Dad.
All right.
Sorry,
First
sorry.
up, how do you know if someone is interested in you? We
Ooh,
bonded.
you don't.
We bonded over Genshin Impact every night.
Oh, it's someone from the server.
Hey, it could be, it could not be. That's a
So
popular game.
hold
Many
on.
people
Actually,
play
there's a
it.
better question here. Mel,
What?
do you know what Genshin Impact is?
Oh,
Is it that card game that you guys have been playing?
Oh, yeah.
close. Not really. Not even.
Okay, then
Not
no.
even
Sorry,
close.
I've
Good
been
try.
really not on the.
No. Okay, so basically, this lad or little lass has bonded over
Okay.
with a partner or to be partner over a video game. So how do you know if someone's interested in you? Anyone wanna just put it out there? Over video games.
How do you know if someone interested in you? I feel like we've talked about this before. It's the priority thing, man. Like if
Yeah.
someone's interested in you, they'll be giving you like attention, number one, but you be
Yeah.
their priority.
Yeah.
That is such a good, simple way to put it. I
Right,
like that.
Mel?
Like,
Like, how
it's
would
true,
you know?
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is a good way. They would be making you their priority. Like, you don't have work.
Yeah, but
God,
it's
that's why I still talk to
Okay,
You
It's
have
kinda
something.
tricky.
But yes,
work to come have
it's
coffee with
tricky.
me.
It's tricky
Because it's a
people want
video
to give
game.
attention. Yeah,
Okay,
I want to
so-
give attention to the video game.
So
Yeah.
so because you're playing the video game, obviously at that point of time, it's like that's the person's interest.
Alright.
You bonded over that, right?
Correct.
You cannot calculate game time already. You have to calculate the time outside of the game. Are you having real conversations?
true.
Are you
That's true.
texting? Are you like talking outside of the
But
game?
you might be talking about the game build because a lot
yeah,
of
that's
Genshin
fine.
players
Then,
are like,
then you have to talk about, you have to consider the non-game element of the
Yes.
relationship. No?
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
Yes.
I was gonna say like
Yes.
maybe ask the person, right, whether or not they will do like some very boring thing for you in the game. I don't know.
I
And
mean,
like
if it's still
they
the
will
game, I think it's easy lah.
But maybe, you know, if it's like, why can't you do it yourself? That kind of thing, you know? Maybe.
Yeah. You got to get some of that. Hey, can you go and grind some kind of chicken feathers for me or something like that?
And then they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And if they are saying so, then, you know, maybe there's a chance.
Yeah, man. But it's tricky. If it's a video game, right? It's definitely tricky. I mean, I look forward to playing video games with my good friend Darren every day, but doesn't mean I want his dong, right? So it's a video game. It's a video game. And the thing is, because COD, right, you need a good partner. Okay?
You need a good partner.
No matter what, I'm going to force you to play me because I want to win. Doesn't mean I want to spend time with you or go take you out for Valentine's Day. I just want to win. Let's go on. How do you confess? Second question. Oh, this is a bad question, unfortunately. How do you confess without destroying a friendship?
If the other side rejects.
Jeremy, why don't you tell us, Jeremy? Jeremy's been
why
here.
Why are you pointing this at Jeremy?
No, Jeremy's been here. It's a very good story, but he was prepared either way.
Okay,
He was prepared.
So this roughly did happen recently. No, maybe not so recently. A year ago, 2 maybe. I don't know. But I feel that if you're gonna confess,
I just
right?
went from like specific to vague, like a shit. So okay.
If you want to confess, right, I feel like you need to be committed to knowing whatever the outcome is already.
Yeah, because it's gonna burn.
Because
Yeah.
if you want it to be a friendship, then it's either you keep it as is, or if you want to take it to the next level, then you must
You gotta start
commit.
kissing already.
Oh, look at Mel.
Not
No,
that.
sorry.
Look at the gears in Mel's brain just turning right now, processing what you're saying, Jeremy.
But when I
like
did it,
like
I felt like if it goes wrong, then hey, I just gotta accept what the
gotta
result
accept
of it.
Will you accept that, Mel? Is that acceptable?
No, I don't think there's any, honestly, there's like no right answer for this because it is stressful, right? You're like, shit. Do you confess your feelings, but at the same time, are they gonna get weird and then be like, we can't be like friends anymore? You're gonna lose that friendship. Like I think right, Jeremy's right. Actually, you really have to be accepted what the outcome is, or you just have a couple of drinks and get drunk, and then maybe like you then just like get some this and then when you can drink already, then you're just like then kiss, and then you're like got a spark, spark, then
Is that how it works? Okay, hold on. Is that how it worked for you, Mel? Is that the way into Mel's heart? Or
sometimes a little bit. Sometimes just a liquid courage, fun night out, and then you see each other over.
I need some tips.
Your eyes meet over the club lights, and then next thing you know.
Right. What if I'm allergic to the liquid courage? What do I do? I need some help. Because it was never an option for me, right?
Direct into your bloodstream. It's gotta go direct. You gotta drip.
I take the hand sanitizer and I just is it like how's it work?
If you gotta, man.
But do you think it's an all or nothing question? Like everything changes from that point forward.
Yeah,
right?
even if you say
Not really.
Not really, yeah. Hey,
It
come
just
on, both of you guys
depends,
sort it out. Okay.
No, it depends on the individual. Some people can be really like not feel like it, not awkward, and it's okay, and then some people do feel a bit like,
actually it depends.
is this gonna hurt your feelings if I continue? Then is this gonna be okay? Like, then you gotta, because you want to be respectful with each other. It takes a lot, right, to confess how you're feeling. That's a real vulnerable thing. And then if you're shot down, oof. But
why don't you wrap these two opposing views up?
Internet.
I didn't get it. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
Exactly, and that's the answer. I just saying. If you're ready, you confess, you deal with the consequence. Okay, that's
true.
It.
Honestly, that's a good way of putting it. Like,
that's it.
Okay, think of it lah. No risk, no reward lah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want that person to maybe
be a part,
also feel the same, and you are waiting for the person to make a move, then you wait until you die. Right.
So it doesn't have to be a huge, crazy, serious thing. It can just be like, if you're considered like, you were good friends, you wanna try.
They wanna
do a date, have a date, and then can I take you out for like a thing? You never know. And then it could be a quick like, or it could be like, why not?
And then
it's either like,
the worst thing that could happen is A, you don't go out, right?
Oh, good.
And then it's a no, and it's gonna be awkward for 3 years or something.
Maybe it doesn't always be such a serious thing too,
Right,
maybe we try to make it too serious.
Okay, no,
this kind
I
of
think
thing.
I want to ask Mel. So Mel, you've had a ton of admirers, right? Of course, yes. The answer is yes. Sorry, that's a rhetorical one. My question is because we're doing this for the sake of the person who's asking.
Yeah.
putting yourself in a position. So let's say, Mel, you are the object of desire, and a guy comes up to you and be like, "Hey, Mel, I really like you. Let's go on a date." Let's say you feel the same, so it's easy. Like, yeah, let's go, right? Let's say you don't feel the same. Would you still be friends with that person, or is it too awkward already?
Knowing that there's intention.
Knowing that there's intention.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still be friends with someone then wait, is this like, which one is it? Is it like the casual, like you go on a, like you go on
let's say a guy just asks you, like the first time he asks you and you're not really interested.
Because
you only see him as a friend.
I'm assuming the question is, how do you confess?
Yeah.
Right? So confessing, I'm guessing...
Because there's the fear of like losing the
committed
friendship.
emotions already, Liao. Yeah. If you had a guy friend...
feel?
Yeah.
Like, okay, Jeremy, like for you, did you feel that fear of like, oh, I'm going to lose a friendship if it's a no, right?
I have to be prepared with the That's why I said
So,
it needs
so
to.
you're ready to lose as a friendship as
You
well?
already have
all
to,
or nothing, man.
Yes, all or nothing. Because he said
yeah.
it's you want risk, high risk,
Either or, man.
high reward.
Yeah.
If you want
Mel,
yeah.
Yeah.
is that a case? For you, do you see it as, oh man, this guy likes me, I can't be friends with him anymore?
Well, I think it has to be first. You have to be very kind of like clear. Like in the day, you don't want to like I feel like if it's just a very clear thing and it's not like a case of me continuing to lead the person on. It's messed up if you start like no, but then continue leading them on and like flirting with them or whatever that is and giving them giving attention and like. Because you like that attention is a different thing, right? But if it's like a case of if you both are like, if there's like, oh, I really think that we're maybe better off as friends, and if that person needs the space after that, also have to respect that too. And like, you kind of take the space. Maybe it's a bit weird for us to be around together, but I hope we can still be friends, and it's not gonna end the thing. But when you're feeling comfortable again, like I think it's okay. But as long as it's clear, like she's like, I just don't think this time like
that is I think the most
but
important part. Yeah.
And then you're okay. But if you're like, oh no, and then you're so like no, but hey, do you still want to catch that movie that we said we were gonna go to on Saturday? Like.
Yeah, right.
And then that person started like, oh, maybe not. And then you being like, oh, why? They don't want to be friends with me anymore. Like that. That's a bit.
Really good. Yeah, but more often than not, this is a life-changing question. It's not going to be the same again after that, right?
Okay.
But
But I have to add the people that I've confessed, like we're still friends. So
oh, you see, that's
so I'm not gonna say it's going to be like flat out you're gonna lose that person. It might get awkward, but you have to get over that.
It might
second,
hurt.
like it'll hurt definitely, but it'll go.
After a while, it'll come back to normal. After,
but that's growth too, because then you gotta like realize, okay, you gotta that, and same time.
It's true.
What's best for you,
guys? We gotta hop to the next question. This is like easy. We're taking. All right,
sorry.
There's a random question here, and it just says, any advice for people single their whole life?
Then is this you? Like, are you sending in questions? Sorry.
Any advice for people single their whole life? Right.
There's a lot.
Right.
No, it's just this. Yeah.
What kind of advice?
Maybe we cut this out.
like what kind of advice? Just in general, like go live your life and be happy, man. Like what do you want to advise?
A lot of people wrote like I'm X age and I've not dated anyone before. I'm single for my whole life. What do I do? So these I have maybe 5 of these questions in the submissions.
Oh, actually,
so they're single, but they're looking, but they want.
Yeah. I assume they want one.
I assume.
People who are single, they
then
want.
you're already you're doing the correct thing, already lah. Let's say, I mean, if you don't like the state you're in, do something about it.
I mean, if you're hungry, you're not going to wait for the food to come to you, right?
Yeah, like if you're hungry, go get the food.
Yeah.
So put yourself out there.
Yes. But we got practical steps. Practical steps. Okay.
Let's just want to give some practical steps.
People like what they see first. Unfortunately, we are humans, right? It's either they like what they see or they like what they smell. Sorry, I gotta highlight both these things, okay?
Oh my god.
Or groom up, at least know an acceptable level of attractiveness. And it's not like, oh, I'm not handsome or not pretty. No. Everyone is attractive. Just
look at this 4 people. The only one that's worth like looking at is Melissa. Everyone else here absolute toads, man.
That's not
but
true.
Megan's married. Look at him.
yeah, man. I got a long end of stick, guys.
Wait, what does that mean? You got a long end of the stick.
I drew the good stick. I drew the good stick.
Okay.
Anyway, but
you're talking about your what?
Oh, that's the long stick that got get the girls. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, I think it's just starting with grooming, cause it's so much easier because people I mean, if you make yourself pleasant to the eye, and that's really half the battle won, right? And if you believe that you have a good personality, then that's it. Because at the end of the day, that's what perseveres anyway, right? But honest to goodness lah, those who are single their whole life, right? Majority of the problem is they don't take care of how you look like, you don't take care of how you present yourself, and that's actually very important. Because if you don't take care of the simple things, it's very hard. Someone's going to believe that
There's no
you
way.
take care of the very important things.
Yeah,
right?
I would say almost just forget about it, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just how it is. You know, if you think like, okay, for the gamers and the single dweebs, right?
Oh,
If a game,
Wow, calling
I
out.
would call it out because it's usually the demographic.
yeah.
You will not buy a game if you did not like how it looked.
Oh, yeah.
Full stop. Right?
Unfortunately,
The
but
nicer,
real.
the more well packaged it is, the more flashy and stuff it is. You're gonna go for it.
Okay, maybe
That's
maybe
it.
the flashy one. Like I would say, if you wouldn't want like a guy or girl to look and smell like the way you do, then buck up.
But the thing is, they don't notice it. You
Oh,
can't
they
say
don't
that.
notice
Yeah,
it.
you can't- they
Oh.
don't
It's like
notice
body
it.
odor.
shit.
You told me
Yeah.
this.
Ah,
like
you
the
don't
other
know
day.
it
Yeah.
until someone calls it out.
Yeah,
won't know
you don't
until
know it
someone
until
calls
someone
it.
calls it out.
It's rough times,
And,
man.
and the people you're interested in are not going to call it out for you.
They're not gonna call it out. They're not
So-
even call you.
Go to a close friend
know?
and say like, yo.
Yo, I got smell now, bro.
Then your friend's like, wow, bro, I've been waiting 20 years for you to tell you this, bro.
20 years to tell you smell like ass.
You smell like my ass right before the shit or that kind of thing. But yeah, guys, advice of single people, groom up. Like, unfortunately, it is important. And
Yep.
secondly, there's only two lah. Put yourself out there lah. If you don't meet new people,
You
you can't do
gotta.
new things.
You gotta,
Really.
man.
Unfortunately. Sorry, now COVID season, don't put yourself out there. I mean, when
okay.
it's safe. When it's safe.
Virtual dates can.
Yeah. So Mel can't relate because she's never really needed to look. So it's a different thing for her.
Yeah, Mel just looks good all the damn
Mel
time.
is from the other demographic where, you know, it's like she's the fish and she's just waiting there and people are like, hey, here's hey, over here. You know? Moving on. All right. Oh, this is interesting. All right. But I feel this is very lopsided. Why are men the way men are? Guys have a tendency to emotionally cheat on their significant other even if they don't do anything. Oh.
We could rephrase this and be like, why are women the way women are? And then it could just be the same thing. So
Right. We need Jeremy, but unfortunately he's
Sticking
left
in
the scene.
important.
he's had to evacuate the room.
Right.
Mel, what do you feel about this one?
Why are men? What's the question? Why
Why are men the way
fundamentally-
men are? Why do guys have a tendency to emotionally cheat on their significant other, even if they don't do anything about it?
I don't think that's fair to say. Where is the stats that says like men are more fundamentally emotionally cheat? I don't think that's. I don't think that's.
I'm guessing
think
this is
that's
definitely
very
personal experience at some point,
fair.
right?
Yeah, I don't think that's really. I don't think that's really true. I think women
Right.
also have killed emotionally
Right.
cheat.
I would say though, if a woman emotionally cheats, that's way more serious than a guy. Like seriously, if they, because you think
Why is it more serious?
Because guys are guys. Guys was like they say stupid things, and you know the whole like it's not really looked upon positively. But you know locker room talk, right? Where guys talk to guys about girls, they will say a million and one things. Like, and I've seen this among my peers. Married guys, by the way, will just talk about girls. But the thing is, for guys, I mean, this is the part where guys don't share because you know now everyone's woke and everyone's freaking sensitive about everything, right? Guys talking about like fandoms or like simping and stuff like that, right? It's really just like that. And it's not like guys will take initiative to act on it because I think guys just bond over talking about attractive things or, you know, it could be girls, it could be cars, it could be expensive stuff, right? But I have to say this. It's like something I've learned since college, right? If a guy chooses to end something, he probably thought about it this week. But if a girl chooses to end something, she's been thinking about it for months, right? And I think that's why the tendency to emotionally cheat for guys is just guys. It's unfair to say because if women have also the tendency to emotionally cheat, I feel that one is bye-bye to the guy already. Seriously, like if the girl is not in it, bye-bye. That's really the end game. What do you think, Mel?
Yeah,
Since you're the only representative here for the ladies.
Yeah. I know what you mean, though. It's like we tend to think a lot more, and definitely with the feelings. And when we're done, we're like really done.
That's done, right? You can be physically there, but
Yeah.
gone.
You
But
could
I have
be-
to say
you
this
could
is
be
a
like
bit
really
of a biased question. I think, I mean, it's a lot of, I think there's a lot of girls and ladies fighting for rights nowadays, the whole, the movement. But
Yeah.
I also would say that there's increasingly a lot of stats and findings as well that men also keep quiet, and because, they do, none of these are reported or found. So we're trying to keep this simple. Let's move on to dating life / love problems medium. I don't know why Jeremy titled it this way. All right, guys,
medium
warm up.
difficulty.
Yeah.
like-
I feel like that was like supposed to be easy, but we are on the
Yeah,
treadmill already,
we-
guys. Let's just go for it. Question 1, is there another model for the 5 languages of love that you practice? Oh, can you give us some insight into this question, Jeremy? Another model for the 5 languages of love?
what I
like the love,
understood-
physical touch,
Right, yeah.
gifting.
Right.
Are you?
do we
Those are the
practice
5 love
any
languages.
other models? Like, I'm not sure if there's any other, but like I think they're talking about that. Thought maybe this would like be something
I
you
mean,
could answer because you
Wow.
studied psychology.
I think
It's not even. It's not. It's. I think I heard. It's not even. That's not even like a proven thing. By the way, this whole love language thing. It isn't. It was made just to have a modem of communication for couples to
Yes.
communicate. It's just. It's not. It's not all. It's not real. Like you should be like.
Yeah.
I'm attested by it. People shouldn't. I feel like
it makes it
follow that.
easier for people to talk about what they
just
feel.
to talk about.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
That's really it. I don't think there's another model because I think this is just a way to help people express themselves and
Yeah.
know what they're expressing.
Yes.
That's
and that
really
can
it.
change.
Yeah. It's not like a
Your
make or
needs
break
change.
system, by the way. So I wouldn't be too
Don't
hung
follow
up about
too
it.
much. People get really hung up on this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Dear, you
I've
gotta
seen
do
people
the
get really
5.
hung
We
up.
never do 3 to 5 this month. It's not good. It's not good. Don't do that kind of thing, right? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Next question. Is it possible for mixed race religion, dating, and marriage? I like this girl. She's Chinese, but my previous relationship ended because of race, and I'm scared it will repeat. Oh,
That's very difficult.
Jeremy's just
personal
getting a
thing.
we need to cut into Jeremy's camera right about then. But yeah,
Yeah.
I personally this is tough lah. In our country, it's tough lah, right? If you're in the States, it might be a different thing. I'm going to be honest, right? When I was in primary school, my Malay teachers, right, would immediately say to us Chinese boys, hey, you all don't go and mix with the Chinese girls, okay? You all go and talk to Chinese. It's not deliberately like that, but I know what they mean. It's like, don't fall for a Malay girl because it will just be tough. And I think you can't explain it in depth to small kids. They just set the bar. And it's so crazy, right? Because, right, no matter what, in my head, when I was a kid, it was just like, oh, okay, I guess she's just going to be my friend forever. That's it, But what do you guys think?
That's crazy.
It's crazy, but hey, it works. There are a lot of cases where it does work as well, right?
Yeah.
Just that it's not the easiest thing.
That's really hard.
It is. Do you guys have any experiences with Jeremy? Let's talk about the plethora of different racial girls you've been dating. What are your thoughts?
I think definitely gotta acknowledge that there is this thing in Malaysia lah. Like with mixed races being not like the direct option. But I guess also it's one thing to know also is that there are like people do get into mixed race and religion
I know a lot of very successful.
I do know a lot of people
A lot of
as
successful
well.
ones that are working out.
So I don't think that should nullify your experience because of that. Because I'm not sure how many relationships you ended, but I think with the way you phrased it was only one. So I don't think you should just base your whole experience on just one experience. Yeah.
Mingyu, do you have anything to add into this mix? This saucy mix of...
I feel like, yes, it is.
Yes.
Thank you for your time. It's possible.
I think...
Just be an adult about it.
Just set your expectations, guys. This one,
Yeah.
if we know,
Yep.
if we know something is going to be hard, don't expect it to be easy. And if you're scared it will repeat, then, well, it's either you commit to it or you find another way to figure it out, unfortunately. Wow. Okay, this third one is a bit tricky, right? This is an interesting one. How do you avoid the stress after being cheated on?
You don't. You avoid it, it will just get worse.
How do you
Deal with
avoid
it, man.
stress after being cheated on? I think that's a very light way to say it, to call it stress.
The emotions.
The stress.
Isn't it just that word though? Avoiding is probably like
Isn't that
not a good word
yeah.
in a
Isn't that
relationship.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't avoid that.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
I've never heard it being called stress in my life. I would also call like
sadness?
paranoia, doubt, anxiety.
Yeah.
How do you avoid it? I don't think. Okay, anyone, real quick, anyone with the experience of being cheated on.
Am I the only person to raise their hand? Because
Oh no, I'll put our raise my hand
Do we
too.
all
Yeah,
raise
yeah.
our hand?
We can't raise our hand, but
In some sense, yes. Not in the way, yeah. But
not
yeah.
in the rave, right? But
Not
how
in
do you
the-
how do you get over that stress? How do you deal with it after? What are your thoughts? I know you guys are just waiting to share. Look at your faces right now, guys. We need just a clip of this, like this amazing look going on. I know what, I'll get the ball rolling since you guys
Yes,
are so
sir.
easy to
Yes,
share.
sir.
It's so eager to share. I think you can't avoid it, lah. You gotta deal with it, man. If you don't deal with it, you're gonna carry it on into the next
I
relationship,
was just gonna say that.
right?
Yeah.
Because I think then it's like a circle you got to break. Usually people who cheat on you have been cheated on. And then I've seen it as well. When you get cheated on, you feel like you need to justify yourself by doing the same. And it sounds weird, but you don't avoid it. You got to deal with it head on and just
You
confront
do.
it. What do you guys think? Like from that?
I agree with you on that one. I think
Yeah.
if you just kind of like avoid it or like try to push it sweep it under the rug, it does affect your future relationships. It affects your perception of self because it makes you feel like if you don't really sit down and process it, you feel like I'm not good enough. That's why this person went to find another. And I think that's the worst sort of situation you can be in because yeah, go ahead, Mel.
No, it's true. I was just saying what you said before me. And also the end day, like you have to. I know it's like really painful emotionally, and that's what's gonna charge you. But you have to remember to be adult with it. And if you feel like it's you can't be, then it's okay to have a support and talk to somebody and have someone with you that will, because there's also that and then confronting it head on. But we don't want you to go in and if people are emotional and it ends up being a very a huge fight. So I think I'm like, just get a good support system of people like around you, and then try and face it and process it, but in a way that's still going to be good and kind to yourself, I think.
Yeah. Don't avoid it.
I think for me, the support system worked like really well. Like having someone to, I think like in the first 2-3 weeks after finding out, I just spoke to a lot of people.
Go distract yourself.
Yeah, distract myself. I mean, I asked my
For
friends
sure.
before, like
Yeah.
during COVID, let's go for midnight McDonald's and all. And then we were just talking out. And it worked because like, it take my mind off whatever was happening. You're someone to talk to.
Midnight
and
McDonald's.
how we missed those, right? But
But now I can barely stay past midnight. sorry.
But I think those kind of things help, and like just I think you have to get out of the mentality that you're not enough. That's why you got these reasons like why. Don't answer the questions. Those are not for you to answer.
Yeah.
You just
That's such a good point.
I'm gonna add on top. Don't rush into another relationship to avoid the stress.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I'm gonna add. I won't put any more further to that. Let's move on to the plethora of questions we have next. Because this is medium level, by the way, according to Jeremy. Okay. Oh boy, when did y'all break the fart barrier in your relationship and how? Oh, I love this because I'm still struggling with the barrier, guys. All right, when did y'all break the fart barrier in your relationship and how? I talked to this a bit about Mel before, but hey, Mel, look at you gearing up to talk about shit, literally. Why? Who are you looking at the back there?
So say, I'm like, no, I have not broken the fart barrier, and we are.
Wow.
And I'm engaged.
How is
I
that
said,
possible?
no, just
How long have you guys been together? How is that possible?
yeah.
You're a freaking ninja, man.
I try to be a lady. I still try. I'm trying to keep some. When you're in the relationship already and you're comfortable with each other, I still try. I'm trying to keep some up, guys. Trying to keep
that's what Suyan used to
something.
say.
Who is it? There's a really great line that actually Winston's sister told me. I thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
She's like, my body. She's like, I am. She's like, I am a private garden, not a public park.
Oh!
Cannot just come and see. It's true. So I'm like,
That's a very good point.
ain't no public park. Is a private garden. So I'm trying to keep some sense of, but then him, you know, like he can be like taking a poop while I'm in the same like the same
Door
bathroom.
open and that kind of thing, right?
Don't care
Pretty
already.
wild.
I was like, wow, we have we're here now, huh, babe? We're here, and he's just like, yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
It's so different for you guys. I feel like you guys.
Oh no.
Is it your gauge for how comfortable I can be around this girl? I'd be
No,
fart.
I'm just
Would
in
she be
general.
around?
I'm gonna fart in front of nobody.
Oh.
Wow, you have
stop.
not fart in front of Suyen.
Oh.
Nope.
at all.
Even Suyen, I deal with it. I run out of the room and I just take a.
Why?
Unless
Why?
it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I just feel it's disgusting. Maybe it's my personal preference, right? Because I don't know. It's a personal thing. It's not a private garden, public park thing.
Straight up.
I like to think of my body as a theme park, but you know.
Oh, what does that mean? Just screaming children all the time.
Just everyone, you know, like where's the lifeguard? Where's the lifeguard?
Where's the lifeguard?
Please
Where's
stop
the
running around the
lifeguard?
pool. I just in general just feel very shy farting around people. That's it. But I think
In front of Mingyu?
okay, my brother and
Your brother?
me different.
Let
lah. Let's
rip,
just set the standard there. We used to do a lot of things with farts last time to my mom, so let's just put it there, okay? Involves a Pringles can and making her smell it. So happy New Year.
Wow.
Yeah, straight up.
What a change. What a change.
But I have to say, after Suyen also was a very big, like, I'm not going to show. No, I'm a lady. I am
a lady.
raised culturally.
Yeah.
The minute she had Haley, the farts, the peas, like uncontrollable. Because
She can't help it.
yeah, you can't help it, especially when you get morning sickness. So I've seen her puke. I've smelled the puke. Door open when she pee and poop. I've been there. And nowadays, it's just like, I'm trying to take a shit in the toilet and she just walks in and brushes her teeth. And I'm like, yo!
Why you don't lock the door? Why don't you lock the
Because
door?
I expected
Don't
to be
lock the-
downstairs or something. I don't lock the
When
toilet door.
you don't lock doors once you end up like doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The door, if the door is locked, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, hey, excuse me.
Excuse me. What you doing? What you doing?
I feel like I still lock the door if I was taking a shit. Like, peeing
Yeah.
is still okay. Like, taking a shit is like, especially if it's like a real wet one, right?
Yeah.
And then like, if you don't fart, it's okay. If someone's watching you take a shit, that's a new level of whack.
She walks in like mid-hang, you know? Like, do I
Oh
like,
god!
TMI.
Like
I just like-
crowning on
no,
the way out.
it's like dangling. I gotta exert force to keep it up before the kind of thing, you know?
This is some wild shit right here, man.
So I personally feel very, very, very shy about it, but I think Suyen has reached the stage where it's just like whatever goes. And yeah, you're right. After a while when you're married or you just stay together, locking the toilet door is like, why? Why you don't let me in? And it sounds crazy, but like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Right?
What are you doing? It's weird.
But yeah, I don't know. Jeremy, are you a fart in front of everyone person?
I mean, I would try not to, but if I do, then too bad,
Well,
because sometimes in the lift, like,
Too bad, law. I like
Too
that.
bad. Smack you. I don't want to.
But how can you, like-
Jeremy,
okay, what
do
if
not
you're in-
fart in a lift with me, please.
but what if it happens? Like, really, like, what? That's
Deal with it, Coochie.
no, because okay,
You just
hear me
lean
out.
over, Jeremy. You lean over into the ear.
Hey, what? Hey, check this out. Front.
But hear me out. Can you hold in a fart? I don't think it's
Oh,
possible.
100%.
It's possible.
Is it
possible?
1,000,000%.
Yeah, suck it up and blow it out through your nose.
Yeah,
Because
it's possible.
I don't think
That's-
it can. Like shit, maybe can.
Can.
You
No, no,
can.
can.
You just hold it.
Enough willpower can.
You can just like can.
Really.
Eventually, it'll just,
Jeremy, tell me one girl you think is absolutely beautiful. Like beyond your wildest dreams, top of the cream of the crop for you.
wow, it's hard actually.
Just one lah, just one.
Wow, who actually I
I
really
won't
don't
judge
know.
lah, boy lah, whatever lah.
No, I
Whatever
really
floats
don't
your boat
know.
lah.
I don't know.
Okay,
This is-
just imagine.
Just a very pretty girl. Okay.
I don't know who's Mel. Give me one. Everyone's raving about it these days.
Who's a pretty girl everyone's raving on these days?
Yeah,
or just in whatever celebrity.
What?
like Melissa Campbell is in front of you.
Okay.
Right, Jeremy?
He just said he don't care too bad.
Got no.
He said don't care too bad. Like we
All
all
right,
know.
moving on. Well, that defeats the
That's a
purpose.
difficult one, man.
All right. Next question. How do you navigate a guy who is too... this is medium,
It's
Jeremy.
hardcore,
What
man.
the heck? How
This
do you
is still-
navigate a guy who is too stuck in his own pain and craves continuous validation.
What?
Here's the thing. He acknowledges his own shortcomings, but he's
Okay.
too stuck in his pain. So he's incapable of emotionally changing his point of view. He wallows in
What?
pain,
Ew.
struggles to will himself to change, but wants to
Okay.
change.
That's a load of excuses. Bye.
Oh, man.
No, this is just somebody giving like a load of just excuses. You know what I
Alright,
mean?
so-
Like that kind of person to me that's just like, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you this one, add deep feelings, so much, all the feelings, and then I'm talk you like
Yeah.
around the back. I'm just not getting straight to the point. I'm like, this person's just making excuses
Yeah,
for
yeah.
why they can't make a little more effort. Girl,
Are you a
bye.
believer, Mel, in like if you wanted to, you will?
Yeah.
All right?
The minute you make okay, there's one thing I feel like for guys, this is one trick. It goes back to a previous question. I feel like guys tend to be a bit more like, once you guys make a decision in your mind as well, like
You go
this
for it.
person, this is the one you want, this is the
Yeah.
girl, you can see yourself wiping this person up, and you make a decision and you go mentally, you're like you're there. But for women, we take more time, right? We're like unsure and this and that, and then but it could really flip for you guys. And I feel like someone like this is just making an excuse for like not wanting to.
Jeremy, was there a context of whether these guys are together?
I'm not that I remember.
Right.
Not that I
Actually,
remember.
because Mingyu, what do you think? Guy stuck like this, craves this, don't want to change, but want to change, pain.
So I think there's two ways to look at this. Number one is if it's a friend, then do what you can to help them, like encourage them to do something about it. I think acknowledgement is the first step, but if you are acknowledging it and nothing changes, that's also a red flag. For you to maybe just kind of like, hey, you know what? I don't know how to deal with you as a friend. This is all I can do. Like, so then you also manage your expectations. Scenario number 2 is if you are interested in this person and this is the kind of person that you're dealing with, that's a fat red flag. And just straight up, just like, that's an issue. Don't jump into that pile of
Yeah,
steaming shit, man.
Red flags. Yeah. I do have to say though, people don't change in comfort more often than
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
If they know they have you already and they're comfortable with it, the less likely they are motivated to change. Unless something very drastic happens. Like the thought of maybe, because actually this hits quite close to home with some conversations I've had with Mel, right? Unless they feel dedicated and committed to change, they won't. Unless they feel that they're going to lose something that they hold precious, they won't, right? So really, like what Mel says, guys are actually like racehorses. They have like blinders one. At the start of the relationship, right, when they want something, right, it's just like focus. So if you want to sort problems out, get to know as many of it as possible and sort it out at the start. Because the guy, if he wants to make it happen, he'll make it happen. But I really don't, I will not also like maybe underplay that some people do have deep-seated traumas or baggage or scars that you can't talk about in the first year or so, right? But I 100% believe is that if there's a will, there's a way. And if you're making excuses for your bad behavior, that's actually a personal problem. It's not like struggling or stuff. This is something that person has to deal with in their own time, and they have to do it. So if they're not willing to do it, then unfortunately, Mel, what do you think? Do you think that in some circumstances, what can you do to help a person like this?
What can you do to help a person like this? Is this a romantic person? Or is this
I'm
a
guessing so. It sounds like it.
if this is a romantic person. So basically it's saying like what this person's saying, like they can't do what they need to do because they're too going through their own thing.
They struggle to change but wants to change. I'm
Struggles to
guessing,
change,
yeah,
but wants
stuck
to
in their own
change.
pain but needs validation.
But needs validation. Stuck in their own pain. Okay, so obviously this person's going through something that they need to process. But
Yeah.
that's also like, not like kind of always you as a partner, it's not solely onto you. That person may require something that's a little bit more professional in the end of the day. And like they should go and get that, I think. That kind of like professional help, because at the end of the day, you can't force anyone either. It's up to them to make that decision for themselves if they want it, if they really, really want it. I test to anyone, if you really want something, you have to do it, but that has to come from you. You can't force or push anyone to kind of do it, you know what?
Yeah.
So if they're that kind of person, I mean, you're gonna have to do that, because the last thing you want to do is like, you can't. It's like you'll kind of want to do this thing for this person and feel like it's your responsibility to do that and validate them and then want them and push them to kind of change. But then that could be very damaging to yourself.
Yeah.
So you got to trust that person, if really wants it, if this is a relationship that they want, even though they have things they want to better themselves and get the help that they need so that they can be that person for you.
Yeah.
You know? But it has to
you,
come from them.
If you want to be that person for them so bad, you need to understand. I think you need to just assess is your presence in their life helping them to change or not helping them to change? And then make the choice. Yeah. Jeremy, if this is medium, what the heck have you... Okay, you know what? Those past few questions were what Jeremy has categorized as a medium difficulty, by the way. So I'm going to take the deep breath, red flags, and go to the next one. Red flags. I'm just going to keep on dropping it because Jeremy has just asked us to drop. Yeah.
Here is the part where me and you can just like depart.
Take it easy.
All right.
Yeah.
but I think it'd be interesting to see what you think.
Our uneducated.
Yes, I really think so. I really think. Okay. Next levels and marriage. Parentheses. Capital letters. Hard. Parentheses. Okay. First question. There's only three. All right. Let's get Mingyu and Jeremy to share their thoughts. How do you prepare for moving in together? And when is the right time?
Oh, Jeremy, I think this is something you need to answer. Then. You're really the leading authority on this one.
So
what do you think, Jeremy?
As the leading authority on moving in together, I like to say that, you need to find the right time to do it. But when is the right time? The right time is now.
Trash Tai Chi answers. It's just explaining the explanation.
I think I don't. Okay, I have not moved in with anybody. I'm still living in my parents' house, so I'm the least authority person. But I would say that the right, like you would be, once you were close to that person for some sort of time, it only makes sense to get together, right? And I think that would help like grow the relationship, because it kind of ties in with the last one. But if let's say sparks in like long-term relationship, let's say you're dating the person for 8 years, and you have enough money to live together, then why not move in together?
Why not take a crazy chance?
Yeah, that's for me. Maybe it's a twist to a long-term relationship, not like 1 year you date and then let's move in together. I don't know. That's for me at least.
Mingyu,
when's a good time to move in together? When number one. Okay, I don't know, man. I feel like this one it's changed. Ming and I were brought up with you only move in together when you get married, right? But like, people have different opinions about that. People live together to figure out if they want to get married, that person.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that I feel that's valid for some people. For me, it's probably just going to be the same. It's going to be like, okay, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person. I would like to then maybe do that, because otherwise, when does it stop? Is it constantly Airbnbs? Cost saving. I will say it's cost saving, man. Like, get together with someone, I'm a move in. And then it's bed and breakfast.
Actually, someone did say this, like recently, like if you want to test out, just have a long-term like holiday together, and then maybe you can assess whether or not you can move with that person, because you will see like their hygiene habits, their like how they sleep, everything.
I swear, I got so much to say about that. But let's talk to Mel first, because I know Mel.
Let's hear it, Mel.
Mel is. Speak about moving in. She just literally moved into a beautiful new place. Mel, what are your thoughts about this? How do you prepare for this, and when's the right time?
Okay, one, I think there's no right time. Like, there's no right time. Obviously, the wrong time would be like if you're in high school and then you're running away together. That would just be really stupid. I'll be like, go back to school. Like, what are you doing? Like, stupid teenagers, But that would be. But there's no like right. There's no right time, because one, everybody's beliefs, whether that's religious or is different, and you have to respect kind of each other's engage. Where that's a conversation you'll probably have early on when you're dating, because everybody has different values and different order of the way they want to do things. And it's just whether or not you're okay with it. But I think these are all conversations you should be having early on, you know, because you're the core. You can be very fundamentally, you can be very different people, like personality wise. But then I think what really works at the end of the day is your values got to align. You got to have something to do with your values at least aligning. And that conversation is important to have because there's no real timing. Some people move in together out of necessity. You know, many people out of college, they're serious relationships. And then, they're staying in dorms and like, you know what? We can either move in with roommates or we move in together. Some people do it out of necessity. Some people do it, like you said, they wait till marriage. Some people, it really kind of depends. I don't think you should put your pressure on yourself for feeling that there's a right time. But for me, it was important for me. I like to live with my partners. For me, that's an important part, a important like test in how we do. Were we going to argue about domestic stuff? How do we do our finances? How do we do all that stuff? It's nice to get that out of the way, and then because a lot of those things come out that you're not going to have when you don't live together. How do you guys? How do you arrange your funds? Who pays these bills? Who takes care of this? Because that's when like a lot of the real communication stuff I think happens. Like that's for me why it's important. Like I've lived with an ex before. I think we moved in. I think we were together. No, we moved. But we moved together from different cities where we were living together. I've lived with other ex before, so I've lived with a few, and I feel like it was very very helpful for me as well to determine whether we were compatible. And so where I'm at, but
like you said, like different ways to have. I mean, it comes down to value system, number one. But I do want to. I mean, if anything, there's something very interesting that Jeremy brought up, like moving together or traveling together. I think those are the big twos. Two things about doing stuff together as a couple, right? And I remember we had a conversation before this about like when's the time to travel together as a couple? Because some of them, right, like in the first year would go to like Maldives and like what's that beach site or Santorini for like the first year anniversary, for example, right? and the thing is like people always say that's a good gauge, you know whether you can be with a person if you travel together. But I've always felt very differently because like, for example, if you travel in the first year or like before the first year, there's going to be so much sparks and puppy love that everything you do is going to be great. Like
it's a great time.
The patience barrier is like sky high. Tolerance is like max level because you're just so new, right? Versus, let's say you travel in the third year where it's like everything's getting normal,
Not real life.
Yeah, and it's like, then you can start pointing out people's mistakes, right? Or second year or stuff like that. But let's say we take it a stretch further and you travel like in the 6th year of marriage or like after you get dating and marriage. Like, for the first time you travel is after you're married or
honeymoon,
something, right? Yeah. And by that time, you've passed the popular stage. You've passed the down boring stage and you still love the person and you've committed to it. You're also in a different place emotionally because you're so willing to understand and tolerate compared to the third year where you're just the puppy love is gone. Like I do think there is pacings in it because like at the 6th year mark, let's say you're traveling together for the first time in 6th year, 7th year, you understand the person so well that if they make a mistake, you know that they're not doing it to spite you. You know that they're not doing it because you're so lazy. I cannot just don't want to do things my way, is it? In the 7th year, maybe it's really more about like, how can I make a choice that shows that I love you more compared to like if I don't make this choice or you don't make this choice, does that not mean you don't love me? Like I thought you love me. I thought you think about me, Like love changes, right? And I think that if it's a mature love, the choices you make will be very different. I mean, no right or wrong way, but people grow differently, right? My value system, obviously, I would love to move in after I get married because I heard about something that really changed my life. It's that never build a house until you're ready to build a home, And that stuck with me. Like a lot of people want to build a house together, but they're not ready to build a home. And when you think about that, that's when I think is the right time. Because don't talk about home lah. Many of us can't even manage our own room, our own room or our own hut, right? And I think I prepared for that when I realized that, I want to give someone a home. I don't want to make it my home. I want to give someone a home. And that was when I knew I was in the right place lah. And it's really the same as traveling because I know a lot of people fight like crazy in travels because they're just like, your traveling style doesn't match mine. You like to do this. But I think when you're really maturely in love with someone, it's like, okay, let's travel. I want to plan this travel how I think you might like it. compared to me. And it's going to change the dynamic so fast, right? Like if I want to build a house, I'd be thinking, and here's the best part, right? I can be thinking about like what Suyan likes. I don't have to care what I like. Because to me, the home is where she is, that kind of thing, right? So it's really about the level of maturity, and that's the right time for me. But I have to say that different people learn differently. You can choose your own path, which one you want to learn. Some people like to learn through trial and error. And some people just like to, balls to the wall, let's go for it. But hey, the right time, there's never going to be a right or wrong time. It's going to be that time, and you're going to figure out how to navigate through it. Which is pretty much the next question as well. Getting married before or after being financially stable. There's a second question that Jeremy picked out. Let's just do the obvious answer, before or after being financially stable, guys. What do you think the answer is?
I'm shocked. Like, you know the answer. It's in the question.
Like, do I make any big purchases before being financially stable or after? like weddings are expensive. Very expensive.
That
sometimes.
being said, there are people who just generally, maybe because of the upbringing or culture, they do get married young. When I was in England, I knew of a bunch of like Angmos who got married while they were still in uni, year one uni.
Yeah.
And to them it's like, that's it. That's all I need. But that being said, they live very simply. They're not like us Asians. We have to buy a house buy 2 cars and everything. For them, it's just like I'm just gonna get married. Yeah, it's just a set, and I'm gonna live together with my husband or wife in a rented house, and that's okay. It's only us Asians. We were like, I need to have like the 3 C's,
Cash.
Yeah, but also because at least in America that happens a lot, but they have more of a no choice situation because most of them have student debt.
Yeah.
So if they try to wait to be financially stable, like you're talking about never starting a family. Like it's just almost automatic and ingrained with them that I'm going to be living with this kind of debt. I have to rent. So it's like they can't, having that, you can't stall your life. I mean, I think fundamentally it's not being about financially stable. I'm like, you're starting a family, you want to do right by each other, and you're right each other and for each other. And I think like you're thinking about somebody else now, somebody else's life that you're affecting. I think that you just gotta know, like when you're putting your needs of each other first, like that's stable, and you're stable as a person, stable as a partner to create the life that you want to create together. Great. Yeah. I don't think that means you have to be financially stable. That puts so much pressure on you.
Yeah.
That's not for everyone. Not everyone is lucky enough.
I change it to get married when you're financially responsible. Because when you're responsible and stable, I see a lot of financially stable people get married and blow their budget and absolutely like burn themselves into debt.
Fun times galore.
Yeah.
Like not just debt, like burn bridges and destroy relationships as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, the 2 COVID years has really shown, because Suyan's in the wedding industry, right? Like you can really you can get married with very simple things. It's just what standards have you set for yourself? My goal was to spend 1,000 ringgit for my wedding, but obviously that was not the case, right? It's the responsibilities, like you say. In the States, there's different circumstances. In Malaysia, as Chinese kids, there are different circumstances as well in a Chinese family, right? So 100%, anything financially stable is a great choice foundationally. But it does not mean that our parents and our great-grandparents or grandparents, they didn't have any financial stability. It was a sense of just being responsible and going for it, right? Like everything is scary, but hey, I'm not financially stable could be another reason, like an excuse. It's just, you got to deal with the fear and just go for the responsibility,
That's so funny, actually. Maybe you're right. Oh, he wants to wait till he's this. I'm like, he's just stalling. He's stalling. He wants to do this, but I don't care, actually.
Exactly. If you can buy that PS5, that Chanel Gucci bag every other month, you can put down some deposit for a wedding, okay? So, just saying.
She's stalling. He don't want to move out of the parents' house.
Oh! You gotta love that mama soup and mama rice, I love that mama dinner. Anyway, let's move on to the best and final question that Jeremy has picked for us.
Let's hear it.
How do you create sparks in post-marriage life? Jeremy. What do you think, Jeremy?
Take it away.
This is like, I'm going to rename the title to like, All About Love. Jeremy gets put on the spot.
Yes.
Right, I guess like like I've seen actually one thing that I thought was cool. I don't know if this applies to like marriage, but there's this like TikTok that I saw of this like couple putting like all like different date ideas and like stuff like that, like things that you'll never do into a thing, things that spice up the relationship a bit. Because this also applies to technically like long term like couples, right? Who are not married per se. But you know, these are things that you can do to kind of spice it up.
I can tell you how to.
Oh, here comes the spice. Oh, Mel, you're nasty ass girl.
I'm already scared.
Okay, Mel, we need some cred. How long you been together?
We've been together for
your high school sweethearts,
4
right?
years, yeah. We'll be like on our no high school sweethearts, but we didn't date in high school.
Right.
So we have been engaged like 2 years now together. We're actually, I think we're 5 years. This year I think it's our 5th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
5th year.
So I just want to give a
head.
disclaimer to everyone first. We are still rather young, right? We are not like post-marriage life, 20 years post-marriage. Just a disclaimer, okay? We are not gurus, okay? But here's what has been working so far. Mel, take it away.
Okay.
So
I'm
far.
completely serious, but okay. Just sort of like, baby, I unloaded the dishwasher. Wow. Just like, fed the cats. That litter box, clean.
With my fingers.
Put away. I feel. Folded the clothes.
Oh, shit.
Spicy. Yeah.
Spicy.
That's it. But back to the question. How do you keep that? I think we're also figuring.
She just went back into she went to a spiral of
Yeah. But honestly, those things will get I feel like the minute you just don't, it's easy to take each other for granted. I feel like that's the offense thing. You take each other for granted. You just like, you don't want to treat each other like you're the housemate, right? And the roommate. Like you still want to remember that you're lovers first. But honestly, doing all that stuff and putting each other, those moments, not feel take for granted, I feel like keeps that, at least for me, in a dating period alive, when you're still like doing all, how you talk to each other differently. And also another thing is, you gotta flirt with each other. I know it sounds so weird, but there is a little, but there is a little extra effort that you have to put in. You do. That's the thing. People say, no lah, it should just always be. No. You actually do have to put in effort. Like, you do. And it's okay to feel like, to be like, oh no, I didn't know. You really do have to put in that.
Yeah. Gotta walk in when she's taking a shit, like, hey, what's that smell?
Oh, okay. What's the smell?
Hey, but did you eat the Magnum without me?
Yeah.
Okay,
anyway. Talking about shit or what?
This is the problem though. This is the problem. It's you guys lah. I'm telling you, flirt with us. When you're in relationships, all the time, Winston's the same. I'll try and like flirt with him. I'm like, I was freaking flirting with you there and you totally didn't flirt. Oh, is it? Like, he's so bad about it. Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm always trying to compliment him. Like, compliment and like, hello. No. So
don't worry.
You guys need to flirt with us. You need to remember that we're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's actually good advice.
So you guys are horrible flirter, just saying.
It's the little things. It's the little things. It's like the tuck gravy.
That's the thing, right? Like, I think creating sparks post-marriage is very different creating sparks in dating life, because when you grow, your love language kind of changes and grows with you. And like you said, before this is like, oh, I want to romance me. Take me to the sky. Show me the fireworks in my pants, that kind of thing, right? Yeah. And then it's like, hey, baby, I wash the dishes. Oh, my name is Dishes. You want to wash me? It changes. It changes because it's like, oh, that's how Suyan flirt with me. I'm bleeding. Nope, that's not how she flirt with me. I'm not going to sleep in the bedroom tonight. But it changes, and I think sparks is really less of trying to imitate your dating life. Of course, it's lovely. It's very lovely when, hey, I mean, Mel, it sounds great, right? Hey girl, dress up. We're going somewhere nice for fun. Impromptu?
It doesn't really work like that.
But it's different. Like, I think especially when, not just post-marriage, when you have a kid and you're sleep deprived, there's so many chances to create sparks, to be romantic. And it's really less of dressing up, and it's doing more of like, wow, you did that without me asking to do it. And that is like,
but I think that comes from like you guys. I think that's one thing I would hope is not like, but you know, for us girls, like especially when you start to have kids and stuff, you don't feel like yourself anymore, and you may not be getting dressed, and we will feel that, you know, our like self-esteem takes a hit. Like, oh no, like I'm not like dressed up like we used to. We used to be when I was younger and cute. So I do feel like you guys play a big role in making us still feel wanted and like loved, and girls can be like, honestly, like if I can speak for myself, like very simple. It's not about going and buying us these the present. It's just about like, you know, if I'm cleaning up in the kitchen or doing something, you come up and you just give me a kiss on the cheek, or you give me a hug and just be like, oh, you look really nice today, or like just it's those little things that coming that I'm telling you, like keep that, like just keep that going. Then you're like, oh, like that goes a long
rubs,
way.
Massages, foot rubs.
I mean, it's what I see in like older, at least in relationships that I see that are the ones that I've looked up to and been like, oh, that's so lovely. You're still holding hands when they're going out. Those aunties, uncles are doing it, and
you go see the uncle like put his hand down the bum for a while, that kind of thing.
I would be like, go uncle, get it. Yeah.
It's like, hey, baby. Those stretch marks be looking real tight today.
That's the time to end the episode.
And that's how it is. I think there are a lot of things, but really, yes, you do need to make an effort. Like the longer it goes, the effort changes into different things. Just understand what it is.
Yeah, don't put the expectation of having sparks. Like, these little spark things are not like
the fire burning already. Make sparks some more for what? You know, just put more things to burn. That's all. Sparks, like a low sparks. Oh, sorry. Anyway. Stay tuned, guys. This has been all about love, relationship advices, fair facts, and more, featuring the one and only Melissa Campbell, aka Mel Bell, aka Miss Visuals, aka Miss Snack of the Eyes. We might have something about red flags coming up real soon, guys. We don't want to tease anything, but we're teasing it the whole time. Mingyu, what is the song of the week recommendation?
This week's song recommendation is brought to you by an Australian crooner, one of the judges on The Voice. It's Guy Sebastian, and this one's called Standing With You. Perfect for Valentine's Day. It's such a great song. Have a listen. It is a mixed blend of buttery vocals, beautiful lyrics, and a hot guy called Guy. He also won Australian Idol way back. I don't know if you guys remember this.
Afro Guy.
Guy Sebastian is insane. He's such a great singer. I rediscovered him. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. If you're listening to this after Valentine's, I hope you had a great one. If you didn't, there's no refunds on this shit. So just make do with what you have. Guys, if you want more takeaway table content, check us out on YouTube. We've got Table Talk, Head Over Heels, Taste Buddies, and Amen. All for you, happening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Join our Discord channel at discord.gg/thetakeawaytable. That's discord.gg/thetakeawaytable. You find your future partner there, especially if you like playing Genshin Impact. For some reason, they just come out from the woodwork. They just keep coming out. But from all of us at the takeaway table and Blank Slate, we just want to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day. Please be safe. The Omni-Nomnies are climbing up real high. I feel like the numbers are out today. Let me quickly just check. Oh, today's 20,000 cases. I love it. Oh my goodness.
You know what you don't want to give people for Valentine's Day?
Omni-Nomnies?
COVID.
COVID.
Oh my God.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Mel.
Thanks for having me.
See you guys in the next one.
Let's see you guys in the next one. See you guys on the Discord, okay? Listen to Spotify, Apple, We're all on Discord. They're always on Discord. And
how do you say this?
Mel sometimes shows up on Discord and dances, so you never know.
She does.
Take care.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.